Welcome to the Mind Vault. If you've ever wondered why you do what you do, this channel is for you. We unlock the psychology behind your patterns, habits, and thoughts.
You know that feeling, right? You're staring at something you know you have to do, a project, a workout, anything. But there's this huge gap between wanting to do it and, well, actually doing it. It feels like a totally modern problem, this constant procrastination. But what if I told you the solution comes from a 17th century samurai who figured out a system to close that gap for good?
This is where it all starts. One of the core principles from the legendary swordsman Miyamoto Musashi: do not think dishonestly. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just be truthful in your thoughts.
And that right there is the real fight. It's about all those little lies we tell ourselves every day. Oh, I'm being so productive right now. I'm working really hard. I'm just too busy. Confronting that self-deception, that's the first step. The real enemy isn't the task in front of you. It's the story you're telling yourself about it.
Now, Musashi didn't just leave us with some cool quotes. He created a whole system for mastering yourself in his masterpiece, The Book of Five Rings. And he broke it down using the elements, creating a clear path from the ground up. So let's walk that path together, starting with the foundation.
Okay, first up is the Earth Ring. This is all about getting brutally honest and seeing where you actually stand. No more excuses, no more convenient lies. Musashi knew that before you can build anything, a skill, a habit, a life, you have to know the ground you're building on. So, let's talk about Gohan. He is the perfect example of what productivity looks like for so many of us. The guy feels completely drained every single day. He's always juggling tasks, firing off emails, switching between 10 different things. In his head, he's a productivity machine in a heroic battle against the clock. But when Gohan actually decided to track his time, I mean honestly and brutally track it, the truth was, well, it was a gut punch. That 8 hours of hard work, it was really just 2 hours of actual focused work. The other 6 hours, that was just distraction, pretending to be work. He wasn't fighting against time. He was an addict, hooked on the feeling of being busy.
6 hours. That was the average he was spending on his phone every single day. And once he saw that number in black and white, he couldn't unsee it. That is the raw power of the Earth Ring. You have to see reality for what it is, because only from that place of truth can you actually start to change.
So once you face that brutal truth, what's next? You don't just fight it with brute force. No, you learn to flow with it. This is the water ring. Musashi saw water as the ultimate symbol of adaptability. It doesn't fight, it just conforms. And yet, over time, it can carve through solid rock.
To get into this state of flow, Musashi used the Zen concept of mushin. It translates to no mind, but it's not about having an empty head. It's about clearing out all the mental clutter, the worry, the self-doubt, the overthinking, so you can just act smoothly and efficiently.
Think about Gohan's struggle, right? He was trying to force himself to work, but his mind was this powerful current of distraction pulling him in another direction. He was swimming against it, and it was completely exhausting him. The way of water is to acknowledge the current is there, and then you learn to redirect it, to use its energy instead of fighting it.
And that brings us to fire. You've grounded yourself in reality, you've learned to find your flow. Now you have to learn how to strike with purpose. The fire ring is all about the strategy of action. But for Musashi, the battle was won long before any swords were even drawn. It was all won in the preparation.
Musashi's big idea here is what we can call strategic positioning. See, a true warrior doesn't just rely on willpower or brute force. No, they rig the game. They manipulate the conditions of the battle so that their success is almost a foregone conclusion. You prepare the ground so the right action is the easiest, most natural choice.
And this strategy has three really practical parts. First, physical positioning. You shape your environment, make distraction hard, and focus easy. Put your phone in another room. Seriously. Second, mental positioning. You break a task down into such tiny, obvious next steps that there's no confusion, no friction. And third, social positioning. You create external pressure. You tell a friend what you're going to do. You commit publicly. You basically set up your world so the path of least resistance leads exactly where you want to go.
The fourth ring is wind, and this is all about wisdom. For Musashi, this meant knowing his enemy. For us, it means understanding the enemy of our focus. Why are other people succeeding where we're failing?
What are their systems? What are their techniques? It's about looking outward to figure out our own weaknesses and discover brand new strategies.
He studied every single rival school of swordsmanship, not because he was arrogant, but because he wanted to avoid getting trapped in one rigid style. The Wind Ring teaches us to do the same thing. Don't get stuck on one productivity hack. Learn from all the different systems, stay flexible, adapt. Real wisdom isn't about finding the one perfect method, it's about building a whole arsenal of tools so you can pick the right one for whatever battle you're facing.
And all of this leads to the final and most profound ring, the void. Now I know, it sounds a little out there, but it's not about nothingness. It's the ultimate state of mastery. It's that point where discipline is no longer a struggle, it's no longer a conscious choice, it's just who you are.
You know this question. Everyone asks this question when they're in the thick of it, when they're tired and they just want to quit. You've been disciplined for weeks, maybe months, and you're still tired. You're looking for that finish line, that moment you can finally relax. And you ask yourself, when? When does this finally get easier? And Musashi's answer is as honest as it gets. It never gets easier. The challenges don't get smaller. The resistance doesn't just vanish. The work is always hard.
You change. The whole perspective flips. You stop wishing for an easier life, and you start becoming the kind of person who can handle a hard one. The goal isn't to get rid of the struggle. It's to become someone who can thrive right in the middle of it.
And that's the paradox of the void. It's about fully accepting that this war, the one against mediocrity, it never, ever ends. And the moment you truly accept that, the struggle stops being a chore you have to do. It just becomes part of who you are. It's not a choice anymore. It's as natural as breathing. And that, my friends, is what effortless discipline actually feels like.
Just a week before he died, Musashi wrote down his entire life's philosophy into 21 rules called the Doko-Do, or the Path of Aloneness. These are just a few of them, and they're a final reminder that this isn't some quick fix. This is a guide for an entire life. It's the way.
So, the path of the 5 rings is clear. The struggle isn't the obstacle on the path. The struggle is the path. It's the daily, eternal practice that forges you into someone stronger. The only question left to ask yourself is, what's your battle today?
If this opened your eyes, imagine what else is hiding in your mind. Don't forget to subscribe for weekly episodes that decode your brain, one pattern at a time. And if something clicked today, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Until next time, stay curious.